Sports Car League about to blast into business. They've been to Ossersleben, they've been to the Saxon Ring, to the Lausitz Ring, the Red Bull Ring, the Nürburgring, and now in the seaside sunshine of Zandvoort, round 12 of the ADAC GT Masters is go. They accelerate up towards the line. Who's going to make the best run? Down towards Tarzan. Esther in the Porsche. Alongside him, Hauser in the Audi. They run 3-4 abreast almost. Down towards the braking area. Ludwig in the white Mercedes at the inside. And both the land Audis being mugged by the look of it because they run wide and drop a place each, because up past them now has gone the quick starting Van Lagen in the Lamborghini. Great start by Astra. He leads the way, but Jaap van Lagen, who knows this place like the back of his hand, diving up the inside as they work their way through Tarzan. And up to fourth, splitting the land cars, has gone Luca Ludwig. Good start in the Zach Speed Mercedes then. Working their way towards Hunsrück for the first time. The start is under investigation, we understand, from the race director. But the field accelerates towards Schevelach for the first time in what is a 1-hour race. And the Porsche of Kevin S. then trying to get away from the quick starting Van Lagen, running in second spot. Everybody else funneling through in good order as they work their way then out of the Masters box for the first time. Christopher Mies is the one that's gone backwards by a place, so rather than fourth, he's now fifth as Martin Raginger tries to find a way up past the Daniel Kylvitz driven Corvette. There's a spin, and that looked like Christopher Zanella in the background. The Schutz Motorsport Porsche, I fear, has had a spin. We'll pick it up at Daniel Kylvitz, who's only seventh in the Corvette, and a big sideways moment there for Christopher Hauser coming out of the Hugenholtz box. The car got very sideways indeed, hooked a wheel up onto the dirt. He survives, but that would have cost him a little bit of ground relative to Luca Ludwig behind him. Now the yellow flag is still out at turn 10, we understand, as the Porsche tries to get going once more. Hopefully it will be out of the way before the leaders come through, but it's the end of any decent chance of a result now for the Schutz Motorsport car. It has got going, the field working its way now on the power out of the Hugenholtz corner, run wide over the curve, now over the brow at Hunsrück. To the right there was the cut through for the short circuit, through the Slottermacher Bocht, and off the road, big time has gone 20 quickly now. The rain has stopped, and so given how blustery it is near the coast, the track ought to dry pretty quickly. It's a case now of making sure that you don't make a mistake, and Est absolutely blasts away from Jaap van Lagen down towards Tarzan. He's going to have to brake a bit earlier than normal and try and tiptoe around the corner. It's really wet there. You can certainly see that as they work their way through the right-hander now. There's lots of heroics going on in the traffic, but Est has absolutely got away, hasn't he? Look at that going through Tarzan. Bentley's all over the place. Mercedes up the inside. Those on wets do certainly have an advantage. Look at the way that Ludwig is going. Rahel Frey behind him, and then there's Daniel Kylvitz as well. They're all on wets, and they're working their way through to the front. Others slither out wide, looking for traction on the outside line of the corner. There, almost contact. But Est getting away. Van Lagen is under attack from Christopher Hauser now. 5 minutes they've got to go before they can get to the pit stops. Side by side for second there. Hauser tries the outside line of Van Lagen. That's really brave, but Schevelach in the wet. It doesn't work, but the Audi really looking as though it likes these conditions. Number 17 is being investigated. That is the leading car. Kevin Est is under investigation. Now, was that for being a bit premature on the restart? We'll find out in due course, I hope, but the leader up front with an increased margin is being investigated now. I can only assume it was some safety car infringement that is possibly being looked at. And also number 19, Claudia Hertgen back in. Jeroen Den Boer to take that car over. That's had a number of pit stops already, so he's falling down the order as De Filippi takes over number 29, the American driver, former Formula Ford 1600 racer. When he came to prominence in the festival and then the Walter Hayes Trophy going back many years. In the UK, raced single-seaters in the States, and then came over to Europe to drive in the Carrera Cup Deutschland, and now in the ADAC GT Masters. Away he goes. Blasts off down the pit lane, but Norbert Siedler gets out, of course, ahead of him. And where is the Jacko Racing Audi? It is ahead, is it, as they work their way towards us. So Philip Geipel is indeed ahead of Norbert Siedler. So number 50 Audi, all of a sudden, is looking very, very good indeed. There it is. Just like we saw for Zach Speed. Inspired decision to get the lap. The green flags will await them. Turning their way through then now. The green flags will be ready. The cars accelerate their way up towards the line. Fry and Geipel won last year at Hockenheim in the penultimate race of the season, leading here and by some margin as well as they go over the line because it's 0.6 of a second over Seidler. Sebastian Ash looking for a way by as they work their way into Tarzan, but he can't really do it. Fourth to Filippi. The next man to watch though is Karlwitz, who's fallen quite a long way back from the two Land Motorsport Audis there. Not Karlwitz, apologies, Gunnar, who has taken over from Daniel Karlwitz. Timing screen says, still insists it's Karlwitz behind the wheel, but Jules Gunnar has taken it over and has lost, as you can see, quite a bit of space against the two Land Audis. Michaela Arlen-Kotelinski there under attack from Elliot Earhart's Lamborghini as the cars work lap 21, and we're now at just over 17.5 minutes of the race, still to run. Can Philip Geipel drag a win out of nowhere here? The Renault corner, 3 for the lead, almost 4 for the lead now as Connor de Filippi hustles on behind. Van Lagen a winner here in both races in 2014, driving with Kevin Est. So his former co-driver is out, and Van Lagen second. Geipel at the wheel has got 2 corners to go. Make that 1 corner to go, the Ari Luijendijk bocht, and when it straightens up, it's the run to the checkered flag. First win of the season for Rahal Fry, for Jacco Racing, and the man behind the wheel, Philip Geipel, who wins race 2 at Zandvoort, and what a race. Second across the line, it is Norbert Seidler. Third behind him, Sebastian Ash, and fourth will go the way of Connor de Filippi. Behind him, Jules Gunnar takes 5th place. 6th, Robert Renau. 7th is Verviche. 8th is Crow. Trophy. But there, Philip Geipel, Rahal Frey confirmed as the race winners from Norbert Seidler and Jaap van Lagen. Sebastian Ash and Luca Ludwig ahead of Connor de Filippi and Christopher Mies. Jules Gunnar 5th with Daniel Karlwitz ahead of Robert Renau and Martin Raginger. After he's off, Frederick Verviche 7th with Christopher Hasse. And then Jesse Krohn and Louis Delatraz taking 8th position. Your own Den Boer, BMW engineer these days, doesn't do very